Jayjananda, everyone, and I would like to welcome everyone to this special occasion for the graduates. It was inspired by the kids and their parents, and because they wanted us to do something which the kids could take it to the colleges and still keep our values. So this was inspired by them, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about that. But first, we would like to request the kids to do the Navkar mantra first for the good starts. JCYC kids,
Okay.
if you can start the Navkar mantra, please.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Lave Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamokaro, Sava Pavapanashano, Mangalancha Savesim, Paramam Havai Mangalam.
Thank you. Thank you, Jayjananda.
Yes.
Jayjananda. So this year was a very, I guess we all know how difficult this year has been. And when my son was in the graduate, the senior year, he got lots of requests to join the college early, which was like 6 months early or 1 year early. And then I told him, you can skip the last year, you can join. And he said, why, Mom? The senior year, the last 6 months are the best months. And I felt really bad that these kids missed out on the best months of their graduating year. And I thought, why not make it special, that they remember it in a special kind of way by doing it a community celebration, not just their school or anything, but we give them a good farewell, and make it a good beginnings for their college year. So what happened, and of course, there were lots of requests from the teen moms and from the college grads and all that why don't you do some simple menus and let the kids, and something kid friendly. And this was inspired by that. And also we have so many single people who likes one pot recipes to do it by themselves. And since times are evolving, we have to evolve also to start utilizing all these new utensils, the Instapot and all that, make it easy, one pot cooking. And with the parameters given with the Jain requirements and the new fit for being healthy for the kids and all that. So we thought this would be a good stepping stone, let the kids do it for themselves, by themselves. And that was the whole inspiration behind this. And this is what we have come up to. And the demonstrators today are Sheil Choksi. He is doing it from Northern California, from his little apartment. And then we have Shreya Sampat. She is she's a employee at Buena Park, and she is a YJP personnel. And Mano, who is a senior this year at Carnegie Mellon. So he's on a little break, and he thought it would be good to do some fun recipes also, which he did it by himself. So Mano and Sheil are alumni. Sheil is from the class of 2008. Mano is from 2017. And Shreya is a YJB member. So we have all these three, and they are raising this platform to keep our alumni coming. And we had success so far. We started with Anjali, and she was very happy to raise this platform for the kids. So, this is our way of connecting with the alumni, and we want to hand it over to them so they can take it further and keep connected with their own friends. So I'll request Purvibin, who was really nice, to help us coordinate this effort, Purvibin and Sailesh Bhai to help us coordinate this effort. And I'm really thankful for them. So Purvibin, I take it from here, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Minaben. This is really wonderful of you to sort of bring everyone together. Definitely our alumni who have, I'm sure, still good memories of Pathshala with our grads. And it's been a blessing. It's great that we have a growing number of students in the senior class and therefore a growing number of students that graduate from our Pathshala. This year, we had 16 kids that are in our class, and there were 2 juniors, but 14 of them were seniors that have graduated, are going to be going to colleges. And so, you know, it's always a mixed feeling to see them go. And yet it's just amazing how our children are able to do so much, not only in terms of just all the things that they do in school, all the extracurricular activities that they have, but also to be able to come to the Pathshala and contribute to our community, be part of the committee, do so much, and be such a great part of the community. And of course, they go off to college, and we may not see them very much, but our idea and our hope is always that they will come back and keep us in their hearts. So I think that it's always wonderful to see them come back and to see them come back and contribute to the community. So it's really great to see everyone here. And it has been a kind of an unusual year, as we have done so much that has been online and virtual. But our kids, I think, have really taught us to stay with the times and to move on with the times. So they have really helped us be able to keep connected with everyone on a remote basis. And just this morning, our committee kids had a Zumba class. So it was great to see everybody, and I got a little bit of a workout. So I'm really looking forward to this cooking demonstration now. And so thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and I think the kids do as well. Some of them had a conflict right now in terms of being able to attend this, but I know we're recording this, and so this is something they are all looking forward to seeing and catching up on at some point. So thank you again, Minabin.
Thank you. Thank you, Purvibin. We couldn't do it as much as what you did, going from house to house, delivering cookies to everyone. But we thought we would we would train them to make the cookies themselves, you know.
That's wonderful.
Thank you so much. And with that, I would request Jayesh Bhai to give his congratulatory speech to the kids and make it memorable for them, Jayesh Bhai.
Thank you, Minaben. Thank you all. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
I hope all of you are safe and healthy. I'm very happy, very proud of the achievement. What I understand, 14 of them are total 16, but 14 are the senior graduating and moving forward. Today is the day for your achievement and celebration of your successful completion of the Pathshala and your graduation. What you have learned from this Pathshala will be a strong base for you. No matter where you are, whom you are with, what you have learned here would help you to succeed and to be happy in your life. In your difficult situation, the tools you have picked up from Jain Center would be your backup. It would help you a lot. So please cherish them. Not only that, but socially, what you have developed, your friends and your second family or extended family, that would be your strength. In a difficult time or in a stressful time, you can lean on, or you can have a shoulder to lean on, and that would help you in a long way. You will have a very strong family. Jain Center has done as much it can do to give you the best tools, best education, and all spiritual aspects, whatever we can provide. We should thank our volunteer teachers, Sailesh Bhai and Purvi Ben, what they have done, their hard work, I see the good results of it. So let's thank them too for the hard work of all the teachers and all the volunteers. What I want you to take from here, that Jain Center is your second home. Wherever you go, you can come back whenever you want to. Join the alumni. We have a big, I think one of the biggest alumni of the Pathshala students in the country, and you will be part of it. Jain Center's door will be always open for you. We will be looking forward for your coming back, not no more as a student, but you would be part of the Jain Center, and even you can support Jain Center for the future. So that would be the future for you. At the same time, I would say, I would like to wish you the best for your future career and successful life. Wherever you go, whatever you do the best. And I'm very confident that you will be shining in your life. All the best. Jai Jinendra. Last but not the least, Minaben, thank you for putting up such a good program. This will be a memorable program for all of us. So thank you very much. And thanks to our AV team, always they do the wonderful job. By Narendra Bhai, Samir Bhai, Pradeep Bhai, thank you. And what the students I know right now, I cannot remember everyone's name because I didn't see who is there, but I see that Jay is there, Dhaval is there, Anjal, you are graduating, right? So all of you, all the best. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Jayesh
Jai
Bhai.
Jinendra.
Jaitananda, thank you, Jayesh Bhai, for your kind speech and your proper timing. As always, thank you so much. We have Mona here, who will be the moderator. Before that, I would request Sailesh Bhai, if he's already here, to introduce the alumni kids as our demonstrators. Sailesh Bhai, and we would request all the participants, if you want to send out congratulatory messages on the chat, we would record this. So then all the kids, when whoever is going to watch the recorded versions, they can have the chats also. So we want them to have this archived in their memories. Sailesh Bhai?
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, Sailesh Bhai.
Jai Jinendra.
First of all, I want to really thank Meena to put this up. It's a lot of work, I understand that, but again, at the same time, you're doing a wonderful job, and I really congratulate you that for success of this that you're doing. And I also congratulate all the graduates who have already graduated from Jain Center for Pathshala. And like you mentioned, alumni joined the alumni. Bansari Shah is taking care of the alumni, and she's trying to get in touch with all the alumni, as many as she can. And I will again instruct her to try again to reach out to this new batch of alumni. And I said, just go out there, do your things. I know you'll be all successful. I don't have any doubt about that. But with that, I'll say just congratulate and continue. Now, you asked me to introduce three students who are going to demonstrate. I don't have a list within in front of me, but I just remember one name, Manav, and what, Sheel?
And Shriya. Mm-hmm.
And?
Shriya.
Shriya, somebody.
Okay. All right, so I got it.
Shriya is our YQP, so maybe you don't know her, but Sheel is from a class of 2008.
One here.
And Manav is from 2017.
When I see her face on the screen, I'll remember.
Right,
anyway,
right.
So go ahead and do your thing. And, I love to see this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sailesh Bhai. So Sheel is going live from Berkeley, from his apartment. So it gives you the little close look what you kids will be going through soon. So he is demoing live from there.
We still have 12 years till we go do that.
Yeah. So,
Wait,
okay. She'll, you can talk about yourself while you're demoing, so it'll save us time.
Okay, sure. So yeah, hi everyone. Today we're doing two items. So one is kind of a smoothie. I drink it in the morning. It's pretty high calorie, so it's not like a side smoothie. It's like about 600-700 calories. So it is a kind of a quick and easy meal replacement kind of smoothie. And then secondly, we're going to kind of do a harvest grains. Just for the timing here, I've started sauteing some oil in the Instant Pot. It's going to be kind of hard to see the Instant Pot, but don't worry, we're going to spend more time on the smoothie. So just on the side, kind of got some oil heating up in there. So we'll come back to that. In the meantime, we're going to start here with the smoothie cup. So one of the things that I like to do in the smoothie, which is probably controversial, is I like to start with beans in my smoothie. That's what kind of gives it all the calories and the protein and whatnot. So I'm just using navy beans, nothing too crazy. I think the sunlight's in the way. But any white bean works pretty well in a smoothie because they're fairly flavorless. And so what happens after it kind of gets actually ground up is that it just kind of thickens the smoothie, adds that kind of heft to it, but doesn't augment the taste too much. And so generally, I think, when we're making these smoothies, we're thinking of things that are going to thicken the smoothie versus things that are going to water it down. So I'll kind of, as kind of going through the items, I'll kind of mention which one is which. And kind of depending on how thick you like it, you'll kind of want to adjust. So I've got kind of our bean base there. I like the smoothie cup because it gives me the measurements on it. So I've got about 8 ounces of beans in there, uh, which is about how much I like. Maybe I'll add a little bit more. All right. And then next up, I like to use the greens. So I've got a bunch of spinach here. Of course, you could use kale, spinach, spring greens, whatever. So kind of, after rinsing all of this, just kind of stuff it in there. I like to go for like a couple handfuls. And the kind of stuff that I like to make is all pretty approximate. So it's one of those things where it doesn't really matter if you get the measurements totally right or not. It's probably going to taste about the same. So that's definitely my style of cooking, is the speed of it. Next up is the banana. The more brown and slimy the banana is, the better it's going to taste. Um, doesn't look so good, but there's this chef in New York, this famous chef, who says a banana isn't fully ripe yet until you can drag it across the countertop and there's a trail of slime behind it. So keep that in mind as you're selecting your bananas and getting them ripe. Um, this is really where the sweetness is going to come from, so it helps to get it fairly ripe. So that's what we've got going on so far. The order of ingredients that I'm going in is because in this smoothie cup, the blades attach at the top, so everything will get turned over. If you have like a Vitamix style, you'll just kind of want to go in the opposite order that I'm going in. That way everything will blend quite nicely. So far we've got our 8 ounces of beans, a couple handfuls of spinach, a banana. Next up, almond milk, just using Trader Joe's here. You want to get about 8 ounces of almond milk, since I've already poured in some stuff that has it come about to the 12-ounce line. And again, this stuff isn't super uh, focused on the measurements. If you want to get it more liquidy, then of course more almond milk. Less liquidy, then less. So nothing too crazy there. So at this point, we've got our almond milk. I'm going to take a quick break, and because our sauteing is ready for our harvest grains. So all I'm going to do is I've just got a bunch of cumin seed here, and then we'll get those kind of popping here in the Instant Pot. Again, just totally making up the measurements, not because I'm that expert of a cook, but because it actually doesn't really matter from what I've noticed. My cooking is about speed, maybe less much about taste. Next up, back on our smoothie, I'm going to add the protein powder that I use. This is all plant-based, vegan, Jane as well. So this one happens to be a chocolate flavor, which is kind of nice and fun in the morning. And so I'm going to get 1 scoop of that. It comes with its own scoop, so don't worry about the actual measurement there. You're just looking for about 1 scoop there. So just add that in. And then again, powders and oats will all be thickeners in your smoothie. So the next thing I'm going to add as well is about a 1/4 cup of oats. just to give it even more kind of sustenance and make it a little bit thicker as well. All right, so we're almost done with the smoothie, but meanwhile, our harvest grains, our cumin seeds are popping here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put about half a bag of this soy katash blend that Trader Joe's has. If you're using Trader Joe's, that's in the frozen section. It's got corn, edamame, bell pepper, so that's pretty nice in terms of adding some vegetables to our grains here. So I'm just gonna put about half a bag in to our Instant Pot to saute. All right. Nothing too exciting going on over there. We'll just continue letting that go through. And then the last part of our smoothie is I'm just going to rinse off this spoon real quick. The last part of the smoothie is that we're going to get about a teaspoon of some type of nut butter in here. I'm going to use sunflower seed butter because that's delicious, but almond butter, peanut butter, kind of whatever butter you like. And, it'll just kind of taste like that. So, hopefully a butter that you do like. So I'm just going to kind of top off the smoothie here with butter. All right, and then that's pretty much it. Look at the spoon for good luck. And you've got kind of your smoothie ingredients all stacked up, ready to go. The key, of course, is that the heavier ingredients on the bottom, when I flip the cup over, are just gonna push down on the lighter ingredients so that it blends really nicely.
So it's a complete meal by itself.
That's right, it is a complete
Sure.
meal. We've got fruit, we've got about 35 grams of protein. We've got plenty of beans in there. We've got some spinach or vegetables. So yeah, and of course, this is just kind of a base. If you want to add like different fruits, of course you can add like blueberries or strawberries or whatever. And I think just the important part is just keeping track of how liquidy it is versus how solid it is, right? So a fruit like banana will thicken. Something like a berry, like a blueberry or strawberry, will make it more liquidy. So kind of just balancing it out. I don't tend to use ice because I drink it in the morning, and ice cold is kind of not preferable to me in the morning. But of course, you could add ice, and that'll serve as a thickener. Or you could put it in the fridge as well.
Rolled oats too?
So I do use rolled oats. So I put about a quarter cup in. But yeah, that oats would be a thickener in terms of keeping track of your smoothie consistency. So just gonna stick this into the blender. But before we actually run that, just check on my harvest grains real quick. Smelling pretty good, almost there. So I'm gonna blend it now. I'm not sure how loud it's going to be. I'm wearing this headset, so I don't think you all will hear it too much. But the nice part about this blender is it'll just stop and start on its own, and it'll kind of help let the ingredients settle. So what you're gonna want to do, if you have a blender like this or not, is turn it on and off a few times to let the ingredients shake and settle a bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start this. Oops. So anyways, while the blender is doing its thing, it's just kind of turning off and on and, blending everything smooth.
Oh. So can we go on with the harvest grains?
So Sheil, you have any tips for the college kids?
All right, so that's about it for the smoothie. I'll unpack that later and put it into a glass so you can all see it. But we've got that delicious green color, which means we put enough spinach in. The last thing for our harvest grains is the actual grains itself. So I've got it in the jar already, but it comes from Trader Joe's in the grain section. So they mix up couscous with quinoa and a couple other grains, which is kind of nice. I'm sure other grocery stores have a similar mix. So all I'm going to do in the Instant Pot is stop the sauteing now that our vegetables is cooked. Add that all to the Instant Pot as well. And I'm going to add 1 1/4 cup of water. I think as you all know with the Instant Pot, you want a little bit less water than it says on the package, because, when it seals and pressure cooks, not as much water gets out. So the package directions, I believe, are, I think, closer to 1 3/4 cup, but 1 1/4 cup works pretty well here. So anyways, now that I've poured in my grains, just going to go ahead and switch that, pressure cook that for 5 minutes. And that's pretty much it for my quick and easy kind of cooking. So we've got this smoothie here, which I'll take the top off now. So yeah, we've got this green smoothie. The other thing I like about these smoothie cups is ready to drink from the cup, or of course you could pour it into a glass.
Great.
And then the harvest grains are cooking. So I think that's it for my segment, and we'll switch back once it comes out of the Instant Pot to see how it turns out.
Did you keep the valve open or the valve closed for the
So
Instant
I'm
Pot?
going sealed with the
Okay.
Instant Pot. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
in the sake of time, I'm hoping that it finishes cooking by the time it's back to my turn. But with the harvest grains, somebody was telling me that saute works pretty well as well for
Okay.
the harvest grains, because essentially, similar to rice, you're just trying to boil them and kind of get them from their dried out state to rehydrated. But yeah, I'm going sealed in the interest of hopefully it'll be done in like 15 minutes.
Oh, great. So we'll come back to you once we are done with Shreya to check how the grains turn out.
Yep, exactly.
Perfect. Thank you, She.
All right, thank you.
Can we have Shreya going next? Shreya Sampath?
Shreya, I think you're muted.
And again, I just wanted to wish a very congratulations to all the class 2020. You guys did it. Yay. I know the feeling. Been there, done that. Have fun for your summer before your next step starts. So, yeah. All right. So today I'm going to be teaching you a very simple, easy to make recipe. It's called a giant vegan bali bowl. It is super easy to make, very colorful. You can impress your friends, your family, especially your moms. I know I do that. So, all right, so let's get started. So before we get started, I would recommend that we do preheat our oven to 425 Fahrenheit. So by the time we're ready to bake, or it will be all set. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. All right, so that's ready to go. And also for this this whole recipe, all we'll need are really 3 appliances. We'll just need an Instant Pot, a blender, and an oven, but that's about it. That's all we are using for the entire recipe. So let's start with our basic veggies that I'm using for my bali bowl. So I am using shredded. So I am using the red shredded cabbage. I am using some snap peas, you'll see, and I'm using some tofu. Tofu needs to be firm. So for the tofu, what I did was I took it out of the container it came in, drained the water, wrapped it in a paper towel, and then I wrapped it in a cloth, a cotton cloth, and I put an empty pan on top, an empty pan on top.
So you soaked it out?
Yeah, so I soaked all the water out. That way, it remains firm and it's great to bake with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using an avocado, some snap peas. So that's and I'm also using the butternut squash. So that's it for the veggies. So I'm gonna take you to the ingredients for our sauce, the peanut butter sauce that we're using. So for the ingredients, I do have some sliced gingers. So I sliced them really thin. I feel like three of these slices are more than enough flavor because it has a very strong taste. But you can always edit it according to your taste.
You can substitute it for dry ginger powder too, in case you guys are restricted about using fresh.
Yeah, I would say about half tablespoon of that. I am using some super chunky peanut butter. You feel free to use your almond butter or any other butter that you like. Any other nut butter that you like. I am using the peanut butter for this. I have some fresh orange juice, about 1/4 cup of it. And I have 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. I have 3 tablespoons of the maple syrup. And I have some toasted sesame seed, excuse me, toasted sesame oil. And I have some paprika and the salt. So let's get started with making the sauce itself. So first we're gonna take the blender. So yeah, basically it's a pretty neat one. So I would just put this one, the ginger, the peanut butter. Yeah. Is this better? I have peanut butter.
Just wanted to let everyone know that the recipe will be mailed out to everyone, email. So just if y'all don't need to note down whoever, but if y'all don't receive emails, please subscribe for it. Y'all will get your email recipes, complete recipe in the email.
And all the ingredients she's using are basically, usually students, especially college students, they have it in their fridge. It's really to-go ingredients.
Great. And you have a lot of substitutes too. So if
Yes.
you don't have one, you can always substitute for another one.
Exactly. You can add things according to your taste. You can remove them according to your taste.
Yeah, so just customize the recipe as per the ingredients you have in your refrigerator or in your availability, whatever.
I'm just showing you the recipe that I use every time I make this bowl because it works for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna put, I like a little spicy, so I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon of 1 teaspoon of the paprika, but you don't have to put that much. You can just put about half of it.
It depends on your spice level.
I'm just gonna use a little salt. Not too much. Okay. I think that should be enough. I'm just gonna give it a quick spoon. So once I have everything in here, now that I have everything in here, we are just gonna go ahead and blend this together.
So while she's making the sauce, all the students, what are the to-go appliances you would take to college with you? If you're in your dorm room or in your apartments, what are to-go appliances you will have? Anyone?
I guess one would be the magic bullet and the other one would be an Instapot if they enjoy cooking.
Yeah.
Even if you don't, it's super easy to have. Like it does so many things in one. So it's super helpful. So my sauce is ready. And I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a consistency I have for the sauce. Now you can feel free to substitute your almond butter, or you can use any other nut butter. I saw Sheila using the sunflower seed butter. That's also a great substitution for this. So you can feel free to change it according to your taste. I'm just gonna keep it. After you're done with the sauce, I would recommend removing about half of it for drizzle or to serve with your plate. But the rest, a little bit in the blender, and I'll show you an easy way on how to do the tofu. So now that our sauce is done, and I already took out the half of it earlier. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take my pieces of tofu. I'm going to put one in here directly. Take a fork. There you go. So I already have the plate set before. So I like using a silicone mat on my tray because it really is easy to clean and the tofu comes off very nicely of it. But you can also use parchment paper, which works just as great. And I am going to be doing 2 things on the same plate in order to save time and also to show you how you can, manage 2 things on the same one. You don't have to use 2 of them. So I just took a piece of foil and folded it on the side over here. That way I don't mix flavors of the 2 things I'm putting on the plate. So let's see. So you see how thick this is, and you see how much I lathered on it. You need this much. You need to have a good lather on your tofu. So don't be afraid to have some sauce on your tofu. Just like this.
Consistency does matter because you want the sauce to stick to the tofu.
Yes, and since it's thick, it will stick to it. But don't be afraid to put some sauce on the tofu because you want it over there after, because it'll caramelize when you bake it.
Oh, that's an amazing tip. Oh, I love that orange color. It looks beautiful. Orange red.
It'll also save you a lot of time if you do it this way because you don't have to, get your hands dirty or anything. It's all done in one place.
Uh-huh.
Together over here. I got 2 more pieces.
And since she's just trying to use the same plate, she just does it side by side. So you can just divide it.
Exactly.
That helps.
So it saves you time. It'll save you cleaning plates afterwards.
Perfect.
So yeah, and so I'm done with the tofu, if you can see it. And now I'm just gonna, remember the butternut squash I asked earlier? So we chop them into pieces about this thick. And I have some in the bowl here. And I'm just gonna drizzle some olive oil on it. Just a little, enough to cover them, but you don't have to use a lot of olive oil. So you just go, that's why I haven't given you a measurement of it, you just drizzle it.
Yeah, so it just gives that crispy texture to the butternut squash.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna take some salt, season it with salt and pepper. So there you go, salt, pepper. I pretend I'm a chef when I'm doing this. I can either toss it like this, or if you don't want to twist that, just take a spatula and mix it. Either way, whichever way works for you. And note that when you are putting in the oven, it's very thick and it's very firm. So so that's something that we'll look for. And okay, when you put it on the tray, make sure you spread it out evenly. Don't put the pieces on top of each other because they won't cook properly. So put it
you want as much surface to be exposed just to add the crispy texture.
Exactly. All right, I'm just gonna go with this much.
Oh, that's it. All ready to go in the oven.
And if you feel you need a little more pepper or salt on it, go ahead and put some. I feel like it's enough. And so while my oven is baking, it's not preheated yet. That's why I would recommend that preheating early is a must. I know some ovens take a long time, some does not. But preheating it early also maintains the temperature of the oven. So when you bake it, it's maintained at a pretty consistent temperature.
Great, it's warming.
So I'm just gonna wait for the oven. Oh, and also while we were waiting, I do have a quick bonus kind of recipe for you all. It's called the red sauce, the red pepper sauce, and it's for people who do not like the sweet sauce. So this is just a quick recipe that I had come across recently, and it works great with this recipe as well. So this is the red pepper sauce. This is what it looks like. If you look at the consistency, it's kind of similar to the peanut butter sauce consistency that we have. So this is for people who do not want their sauce sweet or who do not like a little sweetness in their lunch. So for the red sauce, all I'm using is half of a bell pepper. I am using about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and pepper, half tablespoon of pepper, salt, paprika, and half cup of freshly chopped coriander and lemon. So some lemon. Yes, thank you, Mom. My mom did help me with it. So yeah. So basically, just grind it all together, just like we did for the peanut sauce, and you get this consistency.
And that's another alternative for the dressing.
Yes, that's another alternative. But a quick note with this sauce, your tofu will not be caramelized like it will with the peanut butter because we have used maple syrup in this. So your tofu won't caramelize with it, but it'll add a good flavor to it. But with the peanut sauce, the reason I used it is because it caramelized the tofu.
Oh,
So
great.
now, yeah, as soon as my oven is done, as soon as our oven is done, I am going to put the tray in there. And oh yeah, yes, that reminds me. Thank you, Mom and Disha. Okay, so I was also going to show you the rice. We are using the rice over here. I'm using the black pearl rice. So I take about 3/4 cup of the black rice, and I wash it very thoroughly and put it in the Instant Pot. And I also, just set it off to the rice temperature and let it be. It'll cook on its own. And yeah, so if you're using 3/4 cup of rice for this brand, I'm taking 3/4 cup of water with it. But feel free to substitute rice as well. You can use any grains that you like. You can use quinoa, brown rice, white rice, whichever one that you like. You can substitute for it. And if you let's see, if my rice is done. It is. All right. So this is my rice. As you can see, it's a good consistency.
Great. Yes,
it's a good consistency. Yeah. And I didn't realize it tasted so good before I ate this bowl, but it goes very well with the rest of the ingredients that we have on the bowl.
Yeah, and healthy too.
Exactly. And you can always, drizzle a little olive oil and have some salt in it. And that's it. You don't need to add anything else.
Oh, great.
All right. So I will show you the tofu later on, but till then I have already have a plate set up yet. So let me show you how the plating looks.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So I did have the peanut sauce over here, and I have some the shredded cabbage, your caramelized tofu. If you see, it does add a good thick layer, the peanut sauce.
Yeah, that looks crispy and nice.
Yeah, so that's another tip. If you don't want it as crispy or if you don't want it as dark, you can bake it for 25 minutes. Otherwise, bake it for 30 minutes.
Oh, right.
And then the avocado, I like adding avocado. It adds a good flavor to any dish, I think. And we have the butternut squash. We have the black rice, the snap peas that are chopped along the grain. So like just chop.
Did you add anything to it, or did you cook them, or just?
No. They are like a salad. Like you would just keep them. They just they add a good crunch. I don't want to cook them.
Oh, so great to go with your dressing.
Exactly. And the dressing, you can also you can serve it like this, or you can also drizzle it on the top. You don't have to give it out this way. But I personally do it this way because I think it gives option of using as much or as little as you want. Yeah, and we also have the tomatoes, which adds another great flavor to the bowl itself. And this is my final product.
Wow, that's beautiful. And you can alter the recipe as per the ingredients you enjoy. Anything, any vegetables, any rice, quinoa.
Oh, and also you can, for the tops, I did put some sesame seeds, the black and white sesame seeds, which adds a really good crunch. And it, as you can see, it makes your dish stand out.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, not to forget the extra nutrition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just have some of the toasted seeds.
Wow, that's great.
That I can put on them.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's a quick meal. It kind of encounters everything, from veggies to protein to nutrition from avocados and squashes.
Exactly. So, and it is very filling. Meal. So it is very filling. So having this one plate will set you up for the lunch.
And most graduates or most college kids, you can always cut them and prepare them beforehand and pop them into the oven when you're back. So that would work great.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing with this bowl. You can eat it either hot or cold. So it really is a matter of choice. And it's a very, very customizable bowl. So it caters to everyone's personal taste.
Yeah.
So yeah, great. Go ahead and have fun with it. Basically, you're not restricted to one type of cooking or certain ingredients. Just play around with what you like, and yeah, basically have fun and enjoy.
Oh, thank you, Shreya. That was a wonderful recipe, and I'm sure our graduates are going to try it.
And if anyone have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer for them.
Anyone, any questions? I don't see any questions yet, Priya. I guess you really did a great job because people really got.
Thank you. Oh yeah, that reminds me. If anyone makes it, please do post pictures. I love seeing pictures. So yeah, please do post pictures.
That would be an inspiration for our demo people. So please do it. Yeah. Thank you,
and
Shreya.
Again, go class of 2020.
Hey, thank you, Shreya.
Thank you.
We'll go back to Sheel.
Sure. So yeah, I had a few minutes. Did pour out the shake. Full disclaimer, I drank about half of it, so that's the other half. And then the harvest grains are nice and out of the Instant Pot now, so you can kind of see them there with the grains. And I just topped it off with some peanuts as well, so it's got some crunch. Sometimes I like to eat it with like tofu or like like a wheat gluten, like a seitan or something like that for some protein. So yeah, that's kind of the harvest grains. And it makes quite a bit actually with half a bag. So that's perhaps even important for our graduates, leftovers, so that you don't have to do this again tomorrow. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you all.
That's
and
great.
That recipe looked amazing. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, thank you, Sheel. Okay, can we go back to our next demonstrator? It's Manav Gandhi.
Right. Jai Jinendra, everyone. First off, just wanted to give a huge shout out to all the graduates of 2020. I know we're in crazy times, but you guys did it, and huge congratulations to you. I also wanted to just thank Sheel and Triya. You guys had awesome recipes, and I hope so far you guys have all been enjoying it. With that, every meal always has to have an ending, always has to have a dessert. And I have the perfect dessert for you guys today. I have vegan churros. I have some friends from schools, from college, some friends from here joining today, and they know me. And if you know me, you know that I love sugar. I absolutely love sugar, and I love finding different eggless treats and bakery items and whatnot. And after a lot of failed attempts, a lot of having my parents try for my failed attempts of churros, I finally came down to this recipe. So I want to share it all with you guys today. So let's dive right into it. So here, first off, I have all the ingredients laid out for you guys. I'll start with 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I have 1 cup of warm water, which I warm up. I have 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. I'm using vegetable oil. I've tried several attempts with coconut oil, with sunflower oil. I personally just don't like the coconut aftertaste in the coconut oil, but you can use whatever oil you like. I have 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I have 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And then finally, I have 2 tablespoons of sugar. For the toppings, for one of the toppings, I'm using this vegan chocolates by Enjoy Life, mini chips, semi-sweet chips. These are vegan, so I'm using these for the melted chocolate portion. And then finally, for the coating, no churro is complete without the sugar and the cinnamon on top. So here I have 1/2 cup white sugar and 1 1/2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, which I'll mix later on. So awesome. Let's get right into it. I first have, I have a skillet here, which I heated up. You can make this on a stove. If you're making it on a stove, you want to use medium to low flame, and you just want to get the water heated up. Just to make things a little bit faster, I heated up some water in a kettle beforehand. So I'm going to put 1 cup of water first into this. Right there. Awesome. I'm going to put this 1/4 cup of vegetable oil into the mix. As you can see, there's some steam coming out. It's getting a little hot, which is exactly what you want. I'm then going to put in the salt, sprinkle that in there. And I'm putting in the 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm using white sugar. You can use brown sugar. You can use whatever sweetener you like, but I'm just going to use this. And sprinkle that all around. I'm just going to give it one nice stir. So we have 2 more ingredients left. We have the vanilla extract and the flour. I want to put in the flour last because I'm looking for sort of a thick consistency. I want this batter to be a little thick so that the churros can take shape. So I'm going to put this vanilla extract in before the flour. There. And then finally, I'm going to toss in this flour that I have. Just sprinkle that all around. Awesome. So as you can see, we're just going to shake it. We're just going to stir, get all the wet ingredients mixed in with the flour, mixed in with the sugars, the salt, and just get a nice thick consistency. In the meantime, I just have put up the melted chocolate. I just put it in a bowl in a microwave and just let it melt. But you can do that now, whenever, while you're waiting for it to kind of take shape. But just gonna stir this in. And it's okay if you have some lumps. I have never made one try without not having a single lump, but you just want to really just push it down and make sure you try to get it all blended in, and then once it cools, you can kind of knead it a little bit with your hands. Let's see.
I would like to request everyone to stay till the end, till we give credits to everyone. So please don't rush to switch off and leave the meeting. Thank you.
Awesome. So this is exactly the consistency that we're going for. As you can see, I like to think this is kind of like Play-Doh. It's just a nice, thick little consistency, but not too thin, not too thick. So this is just perfect. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna turn off the stove if you're doing it on that. And I'm just gonna put this aside, but you wanna let it cool for 5 to 10 minutes. Now, just to make things a little bit faster, a little bit easier, first off, we're gonna pipe the churros using a piping bag. I have one just like this, and I have a wide tip, as you can see here. So I just folded it in, and I'm gonna fill this in once it becomes cool. Alternatively, if you don't have a piping bag, I know a lot of college students, we don't have a full baking set ready for us at our disposal, so you can use Ziploc bags. Just cut the corner like that, and you can use that tip as sort of the piper. But I have sort of made a batch before. Just put it in a piping bag, and this is cool. It's been a couple minutes, so this is cool, all ready to go. And I'm just going to show you guys how to lay the churros down. But ideally, you want to hold the piping bag one right around the tip so that the bag doesn't burst, because as you can see, the dough is very thick, and you want to hold one hand right here. This is the hand you're going to squeeze with, and this is the hand you're going to guide with. But overall, it's very easy, very simple. I'll just show you guys. Just like that. And then once it's about 4 to 5 inches long, you can just cut it with the scissors, just like that. So I'm just going to put out 3 of these for this demo, show you guys. Awesome, there we go. We're close, we're very close to my favorite part, which is eating, but a couple of things before then. So if you want to, today I'm gonna show you how to bake them. I'm gonna use an air fryer. I have an air fryer basket just like this that you can throw these in, just place them in, and put it in an air fryer for about 17 minutes. Just check after 15 minutes, and just make sure. You might need to adjust it a couple of minutes here and there. You want a gold crispy exterior, and alternatively, if you're gonna bake, if you're gonna put it in an oven, you want to preheat the oven to 400 degrees, have it on for about 17 to 20 minutes, and again, same thing until it looks nice and crispy on the outside. Just throw that in. I personally, I'm showing you the baked version. I personally really like the fried version. I just think it gives a slight element of crispiness, but this is definitely much more healthier. And as you can see, these ones are the baked ones, so they look nice and crispy. And then these ones are the fried ones. So I just have a couple ready for you guys here. This is what they should turn out like, 17 to 20 minutes, very quick, very easy. And let's get right into the second part. This is my favorite part. It's toppings. So this is where you can add all the chocolates, the sugars, the almonds, the whatever you want on top. So I'm going to use this and show you guys really quickly how to do a couple examples. Here I have the melted chocolate that I had melted earlier. Just put it in the microwave, toss it in one of these nice bowls, and I'm gonna take one of these churros. Just dip it in. I have some crushed almonds here, if that's how you like to top it. And I'm just gonna roll it just like that. There you go. That's exactly how it looks. Looks amazing. I can't wait to eat this.
Wow, yeah. That.
Leave that there.
Alternatively, you can use chocolate chips to top it. Any other topping of your choice with chocolate.
Yep. And then here I have another topping of Smucker's butterscotch syrup. Very easy, vegan. Just pop it out of the can and just put it in a bowl. I'm gonna dip that in right there. Just get all sides. Awesome. Same thing. I'm using almonds. You can use walnuts. You can use pistachios. You can use whatever you like. It's the second one. And then for the last one, the most traditional and most common churros, the one with cinnamon and sugar. My favorite as well. So show you guys how to make that. I have this sugar, cinnamon. I'm just gonna mix it in. Just really make sure that the cinnamon sugars are mixing in well. And there you go. Once you have sort of that nice mixture in there, take one of these churros and just roll it around. Make sure you get all sides. Make sure you can really just get the sugar stick to it. The more sugar, the better it's going to taste. Just like that.
Awesome.
Right there. I'm going to leave that there. And
they look so good.
I can't wait to eat them myself. And then here I have the chocolate. I'm just going to do a nice, quick little easy drizzle. Just like that. There we go.
Now that's the culinary arts.
Just like that. Here are 3 churros. Very easy, very quick to make. You can make them in school. I've made them, and very, very easy, very quick. One last thing I want to show you guys. One last thing is plating. So we're going to this. I have a couple different. I made a couple of these beforehand. These are raspberry. There's raspberry bits on the churros. These are the traditional churros. These ones are the matcha churros. So I have 3 different types. I'm just going to show you guys how to plate them really quickly. If you ever want to make them look very presentable, I'm sure you're putting in a lot of work to actually make them. You want to make them look very, very presentable in a very quick and easy way. I'll show you guys a trick right now. So I have this nice board. It's just a slate. I have some icing sugar right here that I took in a little sieve, and I'm going to just like that. Just give it a nice texture, a nice background to put the churros up against. There we go. And finally, we'll just drop these down.
By the way, if people don't know, you all by now should know this is Mona's son. Mona, who is our moderator and who was an award winner of a Kitchen Queen, and Manav is trained under her, so you know why this.
I'm trying to learn. She's been helping me a lot. And there you go, just like that. An awesome little plate right here. Some nice full background. The white icing sugar, and then we have these 3 different churro flavors. But really, you can mix and match whatever you like. I put chocolate, butterscotch. You can mix and match with absolutely anything. And yeah, overall they taste very good, very easy to make, all vegan, and very, very quick. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, thanks to my mom. She's been trying a lot. My mom and dad have been trying these failed attempts over and over again. So thank you to them. But yeah, thank you to everyone that set this up. And if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Yeah. Mano.
Yes.
Narendra uncle is looking forward to tasting this.
Definitely. Definitely, I will make them again one more time. These ones, I don't know if they will last past today. I'll be honest.
Oh, we can just drive there in 5 minutes.
Please come down right now. You're more than welcome to.
Mona, before we let everyone go, we need to give a vote of thanks and all that, but sure. We would like to announce the next date. So please go ahead, the date.
First of all, just to end on a great note, I would just like to give a word of thanks for everyone, especially the EC, the BOD, Narendra Bhai, Samir Bhai, the demonstrators, grads, parents, and all our friends for your love and support, because we know this event would really not be possible without all of you here to encourage our grads. We really are looking forward to many more demos to come, and we would be having another one coming soon in July. So just stay tuned and keep checking your emails for something different again back in July. For now, thank you, and Jai Janendra for being there.
Wait, Mona, the kids, the Dhawal and this thing.
Oh, thank you, Dhawal and
Dhawal wants to thank the demonstrators.
Oh yes,
Dhawal and Jay.
Yes. We would have Dhawal and Jay come forward and put their word of thanks because they are the presidents for the graduating class, and we would really love them to say something for the class. And so Dhawal and Jay, could we have you in?
Of course. Yes, Jai Janendra, everyone. I'm Jay, and I'm one of the co-presidents of the graduating class. I would just like to thank all of you chefs for all your delicious recipes. Thank you, Shio, for taking the time all the way from NorCal and making the nutritious smoothie recipe and the Instapot recipe. Thank you, Shreya, for your delicious vegan Bali bowl. And thank you, Manav, for your mouth-watering vegan churros. Definitely gonna have some later today. Thank you.
And from the entire graduating class, we want to thank Purvi Auntie and Salish Uncle for everything they've done for Pachal, and all the members of the Jain Center, including Dr. Jayesh Uncle, Samir Uncle, and for setting up the YouTube and Zoom, and also all the members of the executive and board of directors, and all of Pachal management, just for being there and helping us throughout any challenges we've had throughout the years.
Yeah, although the year was cut short, we're so thankful for our Jain community for supporting us. We're so thankful to have been in Pachala for all these countless of years and to call our Derasar our second family. From the 5-year-old kids we were running around in Derasar to the young adults we are now, learning life lessons, growing as both Jains and better people. We are so thankful to our Derasar.
And we want to thank you one more time for taking time out of your busy Sundays to celebrate us. We're really, oh, sorry, Saturday. Sorry, I'm so almost fine. Sunday. But and all the Sundays in the past of all the Pachalas we've gone to, we really appreciate you doing this for us and celebrating us during these difficult times. The graduating class will remember this for the rest of our lives, and we'll definitely be using these recipes when we get sick of our mom's cookings. So thank you very much. And we just want to say that this is not the end of our Jain Center adventures. This is just the beginning of our new chapter, and we are just ready to make many more memories with the Jain community. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. We want you all to come again in a few years and take up the spot at the alumni demonstration.
Of course.
Yeah, we have to find new recipes now.
Yeah, and Mona.
Yes, congratulations. Good luck for a great future, class of 2020. This was a difficult year, a different year, but I hope, we did a graduation in a different style, so it would be a memorable one. Just to end, I would just let everyone know that we are scheduled for a demo on July 11th. So that would be the next demo that the culinary art would be doing. So stay tuned for the informations, and we would just send it out by email. So keep checking your emails, and what's up? Thank you, and looking forward to seeing all of you soon.
I would like to thank all the AV team, Pradeep Bhai, Narendra Bhai, Samir, for helping us out all the time and even rehearsing with us and spending so much time with us. They give an ample amount of time to get us trained onto this platform, and we're really thankful. The reason we are raising this platform is to get our alumni kids to get connected to us. And even though they are far from anywhere, now we have a medium where we can connect with you all. So please stay connected. If any questions, you all can forward it to us. We have a couple of websites which are ready. One of them is an Instagram. The other one is by Anjali, who's in San Diego, who was our first Zoom demonstrator from virtual demonstrators. So we'll keep it up on the email. We'll give it out. It's vegetariangastronomy.com. And the next one who is coming for our next demo, she's a blogger, and she's on an Instagram, so y'all can follow her socially also. So we'll keep all our alumni connected. So we are raising this platform to the social media, so y'all can stay connected and with safe means. And good luck to the class of 2020. Cheers, y'all did it. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sailesh Bhai and Puri Ben. Thank you so much for helping us to coordinate this. And last but not least, Dr. Jayesh Bhai for helping us out to raise this platform. And it's we can see it's working out really good. And this medium is so that we don't have any particular group, you know, we just connect the community. We don't have a senior group, we don't have adults, we don't have JCYC. We are connecting everyone on this platform. And I think the best way is through the medium of culinary arts, because because we have to eat every day, if not during Paryushan. So thank you so much.
For the initiative. If we hadn't done it, we wouldn't have this thing. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.